It all started out because we were just bored. We loved hip-hop and had a passion for battle rap. It was something we did in the park for fun. It kept us out of trouble. We started filming videos that became huge viral sensations online. We didn't even know where it was going to go from there until we met Alki David and decided to throw the biggest battle rap event of all time. This is the story of Ether. All the triumph, all the failure, all the passion, and all the pain. Walk with us on the road to Ether.
Man, on the morning of Ether, I was more than ready, you feel me?
I was thinking this is gonna be like the biggest battle event ever.
Everyone was ready to go.
It's going down, we really about to do this.
Anytime we have a live show, it kind of gets a little hectic and adrenaline rush.
We had a lot on the line, so I was excited.
I felt the pressure, I really did.
Stress is not even the word.
I didn't know what to expect.
We were hoping Alki was gonna come through and, break bread with the money for the undercard. That didn't happen.
I literally, I had to spend 50, 60 grand of my own money. Grant had to pull about 30 grand of his own money.
They probably were like, damn, it's the day before the event, and we don't have our papers.
And I had enough on my plate to deal with, let alone like being woken up at 7 in the morning to deal with like so-and-so's manager crying to me, like this person crying.
To have somebody take your vision and your creative control and put handcuffs on you to where you can't move and do the things that need to be done, that to me was just the worst part of everything.
I was completely a mess and I was just on autopilot at that point.
My name's Laura Tarsi, I'm 25 and I'm from a little town just outside of Toronto called Aurora.
She was the first girl to come to battle rap events dressed like it was prom.
I met Lush years ago at a Toronto event.
She's been there for me through really dark times when a lot of other people turned their back on me. Laura was there, so she's always going to be my partner.
He had always spoken to me about Helen. I had never met her. She had never been to a Toronto event. And one day he brought her to an event and me and Helen became pretty good friends.
I loved having Laura out there.
I think that they're definitely soulmates and they definitely found each other.
I like having a homegirl that I could actually trust, that's down with me too, in her ear, that, that could calm Helen down when she trips out on me and that actually understands me as a person. Laura's cool for that.
On the day of the event, I was worried about everything financially with us and Fresh Coast Media Group, but I knew that I had to wait until after the event was over to start dealing with that.
I think we must have gotten there at 6 or 7 a.m. and there were fans lined up, and that's when I knew it was something big.
When I got to the venue and saw the lineup of people, I got so stoked.
Here we are, it's go time.
Man, the line was around the corner and it was crazy.
It blew me away.
Dealing with MK at the event, man, MK.
He was just outside doing his Grant stuff, hanging out with the girls, spotting him out, hanging out outside, chilling. I was running around, so I had no time to pay attention to Grant.
Well, she was definitely trying to flirt with me and be all touchy-feely and stuff at times.
Get over yourself, Grant. Nobody wants you.
I couldn't even go to the door because if I glanced my head out, I was going to be mobbed by people.
They're like, yeah, we just want to meet Disaster. We're his biggest fan. We flew out from New York, and I was like, you guys have to meet him.
It looked really cool. It was really awesome.
And I hopped out the car and everybody was like, Smooth, what's up? I'm like, dang, it's love like that. I'm leaning in, taking selfies with cats.
In the past, when I had hosted a pay-per-view, we had kind of interviewed people right after they finished battling. I assumed that's what I was going to be doing.
She just got her new boobs, so she was happy to floss them,
A day before I fly out, I find out we're not doing interviews. We are commentating and reviewing the battles. So I was just like, oh my God.
She's not meant to be doing commentary. She knows she's not meant to be doing commentary, and she was given a horrible host to work with.
We had to make sure that they were going to keep quiet about the issues because we didn't want it to affect our attendance or pay-per-view sales.
So I really wish that she'd been given better opportunities to showcase who she is, because I think she's a good asset to the battle scene.
At first I had no knowledge of the pay-per-view, it wasn't working.
And then my boy from Canada, 100 Bullets, texted me and he was like, yo, I'm watching this for free.
I don't even know if I even knew the pay-per-view wasn't working, and I hosted the pay-per-view.
The site crashed, pay-per-view's down.
And I was like, what? How could this happen?
Of course, it's my name that gets thrown under the dirt.
That's not a good look.
I did not even know the pay-per-view wasn't working until after the event.
They didn't believe that there were going to be over 40, 50,000 people wanting to watch that stream and buy that pay-per-view.
It's not fun anymore, and it's not the format that we're used to.
When Lush and I go to events, we don't really see much of one another. We just kind of part ways when events start and then say hi afterwards. Like, just kind of let him do his thing and give him space.
Lush is amazing to deal with. He always has a pleasant face, even if he's not happy with you, so it's hard to read him. He's always going to be like, yeah, no problem, I'll get it done. And he could be so upset with you, he could be stressed out inside, but you'll never know that.
Lush was barred the f out, I'm pretty sure, at the event.
It was drugs over food for me at that point. Man, if I could just get through this event, then I could get healthy again.
The orange backpack, the shoes, the belt, like, dude was draped up, dripped out.
My orange Mode Creation Munich bag, man, it was iconic. You've seen like 50 rappers wear that since then. Cameron, Wiz Khalifa, Riff Raff. I wish I had one in every color.
Then the comments started coming in, and then that's when I knew it was working again.
The sound could have been a little touched up.
The audio was horrible.
The sound quality was by far the icing on the cake of the worst part of it.
This is the biggest battle in battle rap history. How could you not have a tight audio guy?
The mics were not working.
No, I wasn't given the beats by any of the producers for the intros for the battlers, but I kind of just took it upon myself to just give them that new hot music.
He was, you know, pulling straps on dudes, spinning the wrong music. I don't really know what Smokey was doing other than having fun.
People were having a good time when I was playing music.
I'm assuming he was DJing. I hope he was.
Smokey's being Smokey.
Best part of the event, obviously, my mama being there. My mom was very proud of me. And I think she was a little high too. She don't smoke.
It was chaos with the security guards.
Security was less than average.
The security was abysmal.
I've actually seen the security selling passes that worked at the event.
You know, I don't know how such a high quality venue like the Belasco Theater would allow such ineptitude to occur under their watch.
And it was crazy. I was like, these security tripping in here.
I didn't even know there was security.
The security, I was basically the security for the Belasco.
Helen was flexing on people that didn't have passes. She was like security, and she was all kind of things going on.
Helen was holding it down.
Helen was great. I think I was probably running around and she was trying to help me out.
We just helped one another. We bounced ideas off one another. I helped her with some things. She helped me with others.
As I'm hosting the event, I'm also in the producerial role. I'm dealing with the media. I'm doing a whole bunch of things.
The Yaki Yaki performance was definitely a one-of-a-kind show. Something really special, I think.
Free band, 2 Chainz, new coupe, wings up like an airplane.
Different, definitely, for a battle event.
At the end of the day, Yaki is still trending.
Everyone always asks about her to this day.